Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Um, I have a little information I have to say in here first before I go into the reading. I have a work circumstance that is going to prevent me from posting as often as I would like to, but I think I'm gonna record forward and see what I can do about it so that I can keep my posting consistent. I can't promise though I will post as regular as usual, meaning that maybe I will post once in 4 days or maybe once in 3 days as I usually do. But because of work, yeah, I hope I will be able to get to reading cards because that's something I really enjoy. Okay, that was all. Like, I wouldn't want people to be in the fog about the posting schedule, so I have to prepare you just like beforehand. Um, so also like I'm quality oriented, so if I'm not posting as usual as I do, like as regular maybe, know that it is maybe because I don't want to post too many videos, but them being like not um, good in quality as I would want them to be. So I'm placing importance on quality and not quantity in this case. Okay, this reading, this topic is going to be very specific, very interesting. What does your boss think about your work performance? So this was, I think, real life inspired, but I remember having success with one about what does your boss think about you. So this one can potentially be as successful as the one, though I don't know. I'm just taking my time enjoying what I can do. So for this reading, we have four piles as usual. Four stones associated with this, with each pile. First has the clear quartz, or I'm not even sure. Maybe it's actually smoky quartz, but it looks like a clear quartz to me. Second is tiger's eye. Third is angelite, and fourth is picture jasper stone. Take your time, pick your pile. You can choose multiple, though I would advise you in this case to choose only one of them. And but yeah, if you really feel drawn to multiple, you can do that. Just be careful not to take the information if it doesn't fit you, okay? All right, let's go to the first pile. Hello, pile number one. Your card is the Eight of Cups being reversed. Yes, so this card, the first message that I got is a 50-50. So what does your boss think about you? I think we have a situation in here where um, there are two things, okay? Uh, Very interesting. I think the effort that you present or you give to the work is very much so felt and recognized, though not in ways that are apparent to you. Okay? This is a very strange situation where you have in here a boss who wants you to work more, but they wouldn't want to make you think or make you feel entitled. Okay? So this is like this card represents like these crows being imprisoned, or this can be the case of you being imprisoned in this situation, or him actually having favorites, or really keeping favorites in their company, or them not wanting to spoil you, or them wanting to control you, control your performance, control your um, advantages, your, let's say, benefits, but it's a very tight situation, like a very tight budget situation can be a very tight situation with them, where they can feel very much in control. I want to say in here, you are more valued, or your presence is much more felt, if not necessarily like praised. It's very much like there. You are there, you are felt like as a person who is productive or who's making the work done, and they don't want you to know. that you are actually being valued, or there is the case in here very strongly with this card, as if they are not necessarily rewarding you enough for the work that you do. So if you feel like you are doing more than you actually are paid for this pile, it most likely will resonate with you. So this will resonate if you're someone who gives themselves to the work 100% or 90% or 80%, and you would expect something of reward, but you're not being like given. It's not happen. Sorry, it's not happening. Oh God. It's my emotions getting in the way and making me ramble, but anyway. Oh yeah, so we have as well the Seven of Wands in here, and we have the Knight of Cups. Don't buy into the idea that this person is very friendly with you, or at least if they are friendly, then keep your distance, or don't make yourself too susceptible to their um, artificial closeness. Let's call it. Seven of Wands. I want to say here, be very careful. This person is either watching you very intently. This person is, or can potentially be very controlling. Okay. Of course, this is a boss, so you can't expect anything else, but there is an aspect of maximizing everything they can with you, and they are not afraid, they are not going to hesitate, they are not going to be stagnant or passive. They are going to enforce their boundaries, their needs, their limits with you, and there is not much you can actually express in here because it's all about them. Like, I feel like it's all about them and it's not much about you. I don't think you are with this tower card, whatever. I do not necessarily think that you are being seen or understood or whatever, but I do believe strongly with the Queen of Wands in here that you are being strongly and powerfully valued, even more so than this person is actually showing. Okay, so this can be co-workers as well. This can be other people, like such as the actual clients. People can actually see you as very much so um, giving a contribution that is felt, seen, and very much like appreciated. Okay. I want to say, okay, if you were to push this person's buttons or limits, they would be able to actually give you more money. Okay, that's the message I get. So um, if you can do that, if you can find ways in which you can actually stress your importance, your value, and if you feel really like you're giving, like sincerely, I'm giving to this work all of myself, or I'm feeling excited about advancing and creating a level of comfort and creating a level of evolution and productivity in my workspace. And if you're not that type of person to, let's say, evaluate falsely their efforts, meaning that if you were to be honest with yourself, like I'm doing my best, then you are somehow entitled to give a nudge or a hint that you're doing your best, that you're doing, and show the actual changes, show the actual. I know this is a very like tense situation in here, but I feel like this person is afraid that you're going to realize your value. Okay, this is like the crux of it. I don't know how like let's say, let's draw a card. What are they going to think or feel or do if you're going to ask for a raise? Okay, ace. Oh, wait, this is the Queen of Swords. I don't think you're going to see an outward reaction. This is going to be a very cold type of interaction of swords, but let's clarify in here because I don't. Okay. Yeah, so you have the Three of Swords in reverse and the Nine of this person is not going to be very pleased. Okay, this person is not going to be, but they will see it coming. Okay, they will see it coming from miles, as if they would be very much aware the moment in which you're going to step into the office or whatever it is for you, and you're gonna say, "I want more." Okay, this person will predict your desires somehow, or there is a feeling of like you've been there enough, like you've been there enough, you've been doing enough, you deserve more, or you can actually, if you want, if you feel comfortable, pursue more. Okay, because yeah, this person feels conflicted. Okay, we have in here the Queen of Swords, not gonna show, not gonna show on their face, not gonna, you're not gonna realize, like you're not gonna know. Okay, this is going to be a situation where you will not be certain whether it was worth asking or not, or whether it was the worst mistake ever in your life. I feel like this person will be 50-50 and will actually start seeing the changes and things that you can actually potentially um, ask more for, you know? This is quite funny because this is a hypothetical question, of course, but yeah, I feel like if you were to ask the public, Three of Cups, ask the public or your coworkers or the people around you, what do they think about your situation, okay? Because this is very funny. Three of Cups, I feel like you have to be backed up by some courage from your actual colleagues, okay? Or from the people that you are close to, or ask about, like, if you are uncertain and if you don't want to take the advice, which is absolutely fine, this is more of a check-in. You can ask your friends, you can ask your relatives, you can ask the people around you with your intricate, like detailed situation, how you can go about, or what's the best possible action course, and is it appropriate to ask for a raise in this case? Because this is quite funnily, like funny, but at the same time very serious, because Nine of Cups, they are not gonna much like it, but they will see it coming. And let's check. I feel like, yeah, I think Six of Cups in here, and it's a representation of sorts where they are going to be listening. Okay, so you have a very nice outlook on this. So if at least like if you're going to be, let's say in this case, very honest with your work, and you're going to be approaching this person saying like, I genuinely think about my performance, and I'm not actually hesitant to say that if I were to receive more, then I would be happier, and potentially like we could work long term in a very proper like situation, or in a very proper like compatibility of sorts. And yeah, I don't know your situation precisely, but I feel like this is the case of someone who's like oscillating between two options, either getting the raise or not. But overall, your boss doesn't want you to know that you are valued and that your work is done in a very decent and actually very good way. Still, I think the question of a raise can actually either catch them in a way not off guard, because I saw like a possibility of them either knowing that you're gonna come up, but there is a feeling of, yeah, I understand what they're talking about, but I'm not sure I'm willing to actually give them the finances that they are asking me to, as if it would be the appropriate option to do. But at the same time, they're like, I'm not sure. Like, I have to think about it. Like, I have to really weigh and, think about whether it's worth it, or it's a reluctance in here, that's for sure. That was all pile number one. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I definitely did. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're not already, check out my old videos as well. And make sure to comment your situation if you want, because this is quite the one actually. Like, it feels to me it's a very interesting combination of sorts of energies where, we have in here a 50-50 situation, but at the same time, I see you being there and being active. I cannot say you're not doing anything, okay? The cards say that you are someone who is very respectable and reasonable at their workspace, and if you are a different type or personality, maybe this was not your reading, but that was all. If it resonated, I'm glad. Okay, see ya. Hello and welcome, pile number two, Tiger's Eye. What does your boss think about your performance? We have the Five of Swords. Okay, this is quite interesting because with this card being reversed, I think that in your recent past, or there was actually in the past, disagreement of sorts with your boss, or they were either unpleased or they didn't like something about the work that you did. let's clarify. Like, I'm very curious. I want to know more. The surrounding cards for this one would be the Chariot being in reverse, and I already sense a very classical situation, and Nine of Swords. This can be the case of two things, okay? Either both or one of them. This can be the case of your boss thinking that you're not doing enough because of the Chariot in reverse, and either that you are more, like, you're capable of much more than you actually realize. Oh god, that felt and sounded so weird, but okay. We have as well the Nine of Swords. What I wanted to say is either your boss is thinking that you're not giving all of you to your workspace, or as if they're trying to drain you of all of you, all of, give it all you have, type of idea. Nine of Swords, it's as if either you're afraid to do something or that you are, not gonna lie, some people in here are gonna be seen as either lazy, and some people are gonna be seen as they're dealing with something that is preventing them to work properly, okay? But this is a past situation. You must be very much aware of it, because we have the five being reversed, and I feel like there has been, or it is the situation where the improvement of your work performance is like in check, where this person is actually much more pleased about your performance than they were actually in the past. Whatever it was for you, this will resonate with people who had conflicts about work, about whatever it was that displeased your boss, okay? Um, yeah, I think it's not to be like, I'm not necessarily. Okay, so I feel like I'm a little bit surprised, but I haven't heard a case of someone as well. Like, bosses are like this. They are interested about themselves, okay? They're not as much interested in your well-being, and this person is very much separate. Like, I feel like they live in their own fairy tale. They feel very separate to me in this world card, being like this bubble of swords. This can be a very overachiever type of person, and when they are unable to make it happen for themselves, they are all of a sudden going to be pushing and making it happen with you. So that means if they have very high standards for their um, firm or like business, they're going to be pushing this first upon themselves. They are going to realize they are not able to do so, and then they will go about pushing those onto you, you know, this type of thing. I feel like in this case, this is quite the, like, you have a lot of twin cards in here. Okay, we have the star. What does that mean? Okay. Oh, okay. That's quite interesting. So there is something about you that your boss has got their eyes on you. I don't know why, because Nine of Wands in here and this spy thing, this is very weird, but you have some attention from your boss. I do not know and do not quite understand what it is all about, but I feel as though this can be the case. They're either watching your performance, or they're actually watching when you're not actually aware of it, or when you're not knowing it. I would be careful, because in this case, this is someone who's very much money oriented, of course, and they are. Why am I saying this in the first place? Is because they can actually push things up a notch, because of this idea of money being the first thing that they think about. That's the feeling I got. So careful with this person, Seven of Coins, with this representation, especially because they are not very, let's say, safe. They are not very, like, safe in the way psychological. Like, that's what I got. Like, this person is not very cooperative and quite stubborn, and they are willing to push their agenda, okay? You can show your character in here, because I thought about an advice, and you had the actual Queen of Wands, okay? As I was taking it out, that means to me that you can actually step up and say what you don't like, or you can step up and show your might or your power, because in here it's the case of someone not being afraid to do so, and it's going to benefit the overall situation. Don't let yourself be stepped upon, or don't let yourself be dictated to, because I feel like there is like cold silence in here where, you know, we do not necessarily express what we don't like, but we actually can, and there would be a difference, you know. I feel like this can be as well a very conflictual person, and a very difficult one at that. So I want to say, go for it if you feel like you have to instate some discomfort, or like notify some discomfort, because this person is very much like in their own zone. They're not going to easily realize the discomforts that you're going through, and therefore it is your job to mention them and to make them known to this person, you know. I cannot say this is not going to be difficult, because I saw in here the cards of Ace of Swords like flickered in the reading, and it's like not the best of cards. Like, it being in reverse and Ten of Wands, this can be a potential conflict, okay? But this can be called a little bit of a productive conflict, because I feel like this person will think about stuff. They will be finally brought out of their comfort zone, of their bubble, of denial, let's say. And yeah, I feel like you can demand much more in this case than you actually realize, because that was the energy surrounding your cards. And I feel like you're playing it too cool, you know, like very, the fire is missing. The actual communication, the actual action, like, is missing, you know. Of course, do whatever you feel is right and use your own discernment, but I feel like you are someone who's much more capable to quite literally wreak havoc upon this person if you only wish to. But in the context of finances, of work, you don't have to be, or you don't have to let yourself be stepped upon in this case, okay? That's the deal, that's the actual and the overall opinion about your performance is actually improving. Like it was in the past, it was worse in the past, it was bad for some reason, or there was some thing that was not necessarily pleasing them, okay? But right now, right as of now, like it's much better. And be careful with us spying, because I feel like you are something like someone of a person who's either eagerly discussed, or this boss of yours is actually keeping an eye on you. It's like a very strange attention, actually, and can't say I'm very, very fond of it in this case. Okay, let's see an advice card, and I think I'm done. Okay, let's check. Be careful, okay? The Devil card upright. Be careful, be on your guard, be very vigilant, and try to not soften. I'm sure people don't soften, are not soft at all with bosses, but it's a message of be vigilant and be very careful and be very mindful and observant of their schemes. Be very observant of their character, of their traits, of their weaknesses, as well as gather information about this person from as many sources as you can. The better you know this person, the much clearer the situation or their decision will be in the future in regards to you, or in regards to the work situation, whatever the case may be for you. That was all, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're not already, and make sure to check out my old videos as well. See you soon. Bye. Hi, pile number 3, Angelit. What does your boss think about your work performance? Very good. Congratulations, pile number 3. You have a very fortunate card in this case. But the downside to it is the actual fact that you're not gonna know it, or you're not going to outwardly realize, you know, that they are actually treasuring you. Yeah, so this is going to be a very strange situation, of a reading, because you have the death card, okay? This is very strange because I feel like there can be a possibility this pile can experience a level of how far I can go. How far I can go with this person, how far I can push them, or let's see what kind of boundaries do they have, okay? That's wonderful, okay? This pile, so you, yeah, I wanna say you actually are the star in here, like, no kidding. There is a feeling about this pile as though your boss is not knowing what to expect from you. This is very good, you know. I wanna say it with more like importance in here because this is a very good case of someone not figuring you out who you really are, okay? This is very good. This pile, if you stumbled upon it, if you chose the pile number 3, I want to say the devil card, okay? You are very intriguing, okay? Your boss is trying hard to figure you out. Many, like 3 major arcanas, like what are you doing with me, pile number 3? Um, this is fascinating, okay? It's a feeling of I need some time to study this person, or otherwise I do not know what's happening to the world, or I do not know what's happening with this person in my workspace because I don't quite understand what they're made of, you know? 2 of Wands. Know that this person is self-oriented. Do not fool yourself with the idea of, this person is actually going to be very cooperative, or as a result of them not figuring you out, they are going to think or give you like an easy time, let's say that. Yeah, Chariot in reverse, okay? So careful, and like a warning, keep that mystery, keep that thing of I don't know what's happening. I don't want to quite reveal every card in my sleeve, or I don't want to reveal the aces I have, and quite in this case you have a lot of them. You have a lot of advantages over this person in some form or another, not necessarily pertaining to work, or they can be psychological advantages. These can be as well mental, emotional resources, or spiritual resources, or emotional intelligence that you are much better at than this person is, and I feel like your advantage is greater than this person's, which is quite interesting. Is this person threatened by you? Not necessarily, or not yet, but you have the Wheel of Fortune being reversed. Potential future, yes, can be, okay? So that means Knight of Cups. If you're going to fire yourself up, if you're going to slowly reveal some advantages that you have over this person, you can potentially say that you're going to quite astonish them, okay? You can impress your boss in here. High Priestess, okay? I want to say you're like a mystery with many, many mysteries inside of it, because this person doesn't quite fathom the actual complexity that you possess and that you have, okay? World in reverse, many major arcanas. Uh, yeah, pile number 3, like this is very intense. I want to say this person is or can potentially be afraid. Either it be that they are already afraid because of this unknown. It's as if people are regular and there is something about you that speaks about a difference. Ace of Pentacles. This person sees a resource in you. This person sees a very great advantage in either working with you, or they see something of a potential, They see a great potential inside of you. Careful because they have very grasping hands. Sorry, hands. And the case in here it is this person is calculating the profit, or they're calculating the actual way, or how they can actually, which is the best, like the most fruitful way in which they're going to interact with you and cause them to be the most successful. Like, what's the most successful approach that's going to make this interaction profitable for them? Okay, lovers in reverse. So this person is going to feel distant. This person is going to keep their distance. They are not going to speak a lot because they are afraid of as well revealing their information. They are not wanting to tell you everything. But I want to say in here, if you are a specialist, if you are someone who is talented, or if you are someone who has a resource of kind, or if you're very talented in the work that you do, think about working with this person, but as well don't let this person overlook you. Don't let this person step on you, because I see in here value that is so great that can actually push or make it so that you don't even need this person. Okay, it's as if like this pile. Okay, this pile will resonate with people who are specialized in something very, very specific. This pile as well will resonate with people who are not afraid to work hard, but they have a more so intrinsic motivation to do so, or they have lots of ideas, they have lots of passions, or they have lots of ideas in regards to how they can make their work happen. And it's a very complex, multi-passionate person in here. If this is you, most likely this is your pile, because it feels to me this is not quite the regular job. Okay, this is not quite the actual like. And if you are like, for some people it's going to resonate where there is something about you of like, let's say if you're working in some sort of like temporary place which supplies you with only the necessary money to go by, then this is going to be the case of a message saying that this person has seen some qualities of yours or abilities of yours that were very exceptional, rare. Or for example, this is very rare of a pile where I can say they see something that they don't usually encounter. Okay, so that means the usual demographic at your age can have a set of qualities, and you all of the sudden in this demographic can show something that is not quite the norm. You know what I'm saying in here. So that means this person is very afraid that you're going to demand, or that you're going to realize your value and actually say, you know what, I don't care, I know my value, and I will make it known in ways in which you're not going to participate in the equation, if you're not going to be respectful, or if you're not going to be realizing your like, if you're not going to realize my place in this work field. Okay, very strange yet powerful cards at the same time. Okay, very pleased. Performance, very pleased. They don't want to know. Like, they don't want you to know that they know that your performance is very much good. With Angelite Stone, I want to say in here, if you are connected to spirituality, if you are connected to practices such as like prayer, or maybe meditating, or fostering a connection with universe, source, or God, I want to say in here, there is a presence, there is aid. There is aid, there is help, there is resource where you least expect. There is, yeah, there is something. So continue on doing that. It's like a message of don't despair in situations or in moments of lack of faith, because with Angelit, angels are watching. That's the kind of energy, or something is watching that you are not quite aware of, but you are not alone. Okay, that was all pile number 3. That was a very intense reading. I hope you enjoyed the reading nonetheless. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I really hope to see you in the future. Bye. Hello and welcome, pile number 4. You have the picture Jasper and the King of Cups being reversed. So the question was, what is your boss thinking about your performance? And with the King of Cups reversed, I feel like there is not the overall thing, but there is something very specific they do not like about you, or maybe about the performance in this case. As if they have something ordered, or they have like things have to be done in a certain way. And when it comes to this work situation, it's like as if you're the person who's not doing as they want it to be done, but it's not necessarily as grave as per se when they're actually very much like angry or displeased with you, you know? Let's clarify with the other cards. Two of Cups reversed. So I feel like there is a difference in here of either character or ways in which they go about doing stuff. And either that you are maybe stubborn in their idea or, yeah, this is very strange. Four of Swords. It's as if this can be the case of a boss being a little bit afraid of approaching you, or they're a little bit afraid to tell you something. Uh, some information came in here with the Three of Wands, as if you are maybe difficult, or they wouldn't want to create chaos or havoc. If I don't know if that's properly pronounced, but I feel as though they don't want to destroy things just because their preference isn't necessarily uh, met or accepted or seen as completed, let's say. Okay, so yeah, Six of Swords. This is hilarious because I feel like your boss is conflicted, your boss is feeling a little bit unsure, quite the strange situation where you actually have the upper hand if we are to think about it. So if you feel like this reading is for you, if you feel like you have more, let's say, balls than this person, okay? If you feel like you have more character, or if you feel like you're not as inhibited as this person, and there is an element of them being afraid, or maybe they try to make themselves safe, or yeah, it's strange. It is strange indeed, but you have some sort of advantage in here that is making you feel as though you don't have like sore spots, or you have a sort of invulnerability of sorts in this case. I don't know why. That's the thing. You know, with bosses, you would expect that they would have the upper hand, but in this situation where it feels like this boss is having difficulty with something, it's as if maybe they try to find ways to actually bargain with you. Maybe they try to find ways to make you like, this can be the case of them trying to study you, them trying to understand you, so much so that they can manipulate, okay? Not gonna lie, this is strange, but this is the deal. Like, I feel specifically you have the upper hand in something that they don't have, and they feel a little bit angry about it, and they wanna figure things out, you know? No matter how much I try to flip these cards, I still have the Nine of Cups being reversed, so there is definitely something about their like opinion of you or your performance in the workspace that is making them feel as if, you know, something is wrong, but I don't know how to fix it, you know? And with the performance, I want to say officially, like with the work that you do, everything is fine. Like you have the Eight of Wands. It's not a card of deficiency. It's not a card, like everything seems to be going well, but it's a sense of maybe caprice or like just like preference. Like I feel like this boss is spoiled, but at the same time, while they are spoiled and they have some sort of like standards, they're a little afraid to actually make them known, okay? Not gonna lie, this is the situation in here that it feels like you can actually make them a fool, seem like they are a fool, or they can actually feel a sort of um, frustration, or they feel like tense with you. Maybe they feel like a someone who tries to use their situation like to their advantage, but I feel like your boss is burdened with something, or they are burdened with your like lack of lack of flexibility of sorts, you know. It feels to me distinctly like this pile, it will resonate with you where you don't feel like you're afraid of your boss, or where you feel confident. This is someone who is in relationship with their boss very much so in control, much more in control than this other person, and it's as if you're not the only one. Like either like either that, or plus the idea that actually you have some work colleagues that are as well not necessarily intimidated, but it's like a very tense energy surrounding you, or as if you're not going to be afraid to make yourself known, or you're someone who's not going to buy into cheap stuff such as like politeness, where things have to be straightforward, for example. Or if you're going to be reaching a critical situation, you're not going to sit around and wait for, like, I sense a very determined person. I sense a very not afraid to speak their mind type of person, and this creates a lot of discomfort in your workspace, where people are more like, let's say, maybe sensitive, maybe not used to that type of intensity. With the high priestess, it's as if this quality of yours or this situation that you're in can be quite rare, and because of it, it feels to me like it's a moment of, I know that I have to function in this, but I as well know that I will not sacrifice or bargain with my comfort or my needs or my well-being. So it's an energy of my way or the highway, and if you're not resonating with this, maybe this is not your pile. But yeah, very much like very a lot of swords card. This is the Knight of Swords. I feel like in this case, like in this pile especially, um, you can be aloof, like you can be separate, you can be like career oriented, sometimes at the detriment of the actual collective, like where you don't care as much of their opinion. You're going to make your work done, and you're going to make yourself like feel better about it, because I've invested effort in this, and I don't care for, like, there is an element of maybe a little bit lack of cooperation, let's say, or no hard feelings. Okay, that's the energy I get with you. And yeah, I'm not saying this is bad, because I saw the Seven of Cups, whatever that was. People try to be more close with you, but not necessarily because they want to make you feel better, or not necessarily because they want to create a sense of ease with your interaction for your own good. No, this is the case of someone wanting to actually step on you and use this to their advantage. Like, yeah, Ace of Pentacles, don't be fooled. Like, continue on what you did, because it feels to me like people try to get away with things by the means of being in very like polite, or let's say fine relationships, where in this case you have to be sticking to your own like interest, as you did in the past, and shine about it, because the star. Okay, so that means you're much better on your own, rather than with these people, or with this small type of person of a boss for some reason. Okay, that's the fun part. Okay, so if you care for gossip, people are talking about you, that's for sure. And but it's not relevant. It's the blank card. It's not relevant because it's the small talk, it's their projection upon you, and you have to keep doing your work. And you're actually doing your work very much so, like, fine. I don't wanna, it's not even a prep talk for this pile, because I feel like you know what you're doing. I feel like you don't need an opinion of sorts, and maybe you clicked on this for maybe curiosity sakes, but it's a feeling of, no, I don't need your opinion. I just want to know what's happening. Okay, so that means keep on doing what you did, but know that you have some people discussing you, you have some people talking about how displeased maybe they are with you, and this boss as well can be displeased, but they will never admit it up front in your face. Seems like you are more up, it's like straightforward than the people who are surrounding you at this moment, including this boss you have been asking about. That was all pile number 4. Hope you enjoyed the reading. Those were like quite the dry energies, despite the cups being there, but still, bosses are not pleasant, okay? Maybe some are, but not sure, not always sure about this. That was all. Make sure to like, comment if it resonated, if you want, of course. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and make sure to check out my old videos as well. See you in the future. Bye.